Let's talk about a few of your favorite superfoods. What would be a few of those that we haven't discussed yet?
Wild blueberries.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I recommend buying frozen wild blueberries and keeping them in your freezer, because the fresh blueberries are much larger berries.
Mm-hmm.
They're not as high in nutrients and phytochemicals, and they're cost a fortune. And if you don't eat them the same day you buy them, they get moldy in a day or two anyway. And they're like, but when you buy frozen wild blueberries, they're little tiny berries. Where there's more, the skin to surface area is much increased. They're much lower sugar intake, and they're much higher in these anti-cancer ingredients. And they're 1/3 the price, by the way, because they're frozen. And now when you take them out of the freezer, you take out exactly what you need and you put back the rest, so you don't waste any, and it doesn't cost you a fortune. So I don't work for the frozen wild blueberry industry. I have no stock or commercial interest in frozen wild blueberries, but they should give me some stock, because I'm telling people you should have frozen wild blueberries on you, because they're superfood,
Every single morning, and this time of year it's a little bit of hot cereal. Every single morning we have our frozen wild blueberries.
Oh, really? Wow.
Every single morning. And the trick is in the cereal, put them in right at the end, because if you don't, it'll actually get a kind of bit syrupy, and then you've got the whole sweet factor going on, and then you've got, in a sense, pre-digestion and a glycemic load, whereas if you don't, it's awesome. It's just awesome. The berries are
but
awesome.
They're so low glycemic, and I don't think people should be worried about that. Wild blueberries are very low glycemic. You can put them in early. You can take them out of the freezer early. And the other thing is that, I mean, we all are for organic farming and organic methods.
Yeah.
But even the frozen wild blueberries that are not organic do not have pesticide or fungicide residue on them, whereas the fresh strawberries, the organic strawberries, fresh, have a lot of fungicide on them, but the frozen don't have the fungicide on them. And because I've spoken to the blueberry growers and saying, why aren't your product marked organic? And they said, because we used some fungicides or some on the soil and on the plant when it was growing early on, but there was no pesticide or fungicide placed on the blueberry. And once the blueberry was formed on the plant, and there was no residual effect on the chemical residual on the plant, on the berry itself. So what I'm saying to people, even if you can't afford the organic wild blueberries, even the non-organic is safe to eat, is what I'm saying.
I'm so glad you brought that up, and I want to come back to a few more foods. So for those listening, don't worry, I'm gonna double back. But do we want to give people permission here to stop eating cardboard and start eating some fruits and veggies, even if we can't afford all organic?
That's correct. That's correct. We know. I don't like people to eat non-organic spinach, because spinach is a soft vegetable where the fungicides are absorbed into the food itself, and you can't wash it off. Likewise, strawberries. Certain foods you can peel if they're not organic, because 95% of the pesticides or more are in the skin or at the skin surface. So if you're not getting organic carrots, peel them. But if they're organic carrots, you could wash them with a brush and eat them. If you're getting organic potatoes, you can wash them with a brush and eat them. But if you're not getting non-organic, don't eat the skin. We know that certain foods have more nutrients at or under the skin. That's why I grow in my own house kumquats and mandarin quats.
Cool.
I have little baby trees because I want to eat the whole skin of the orange. I know they're organic. Now, if I was buying a non-organic orange, I would wash my hands after peeling it, and I wouldn't eat the skin. But I particularly want to look for, so if I'm going to eat the skin, I'm going to buy organic product. If I'm not going to eat the skin, I'm not worried about it so much. And of course, the Dirty Dozen, published by the Environmental Working Group, helps people make those decisions as well.
EWG.org. Excellent, excellent.